For centuries, humanity has moved through moments that divide history. Moments that change everything. Today, we are living through one of those turning points. And most of us don't even see it coming. For generations, the middle class was built on a simple promise: work hard, earn a decent living, buy a home, raise a family, and retire with dignity. That promise held true for decades. But something has shifted. The cost of living rises faster than wages. Housing becomes unaffordable. Savings feel impossible. And for the first time in modern history, young people believe they will live poorer lives than their parents. This is not a story about fear. This is a story about understanding. Because the world isn't collapsing. It's transforming. And only those who understand this transformation will be able to navigate what comes next. What is happening to the middle class? To understand what's happening in 2025, we need to look beneath the surface. For decades, the middle class stood on three pillars: affordable living, stable income, and predictable expenses. All three are now breaking down. First, the cost of living. Groceries, rent, energy, transportation, healthcare. Every essential category is climbing. In many countries, the cost of basic necessities has doubled or tripled in the last 2 decades. But wages? They've barely moved. Second, housing. Once the cornerstone of middle-class life, home ownership has become nearly impossible for millions. What previous generations could afford in their 20s now requires decades of saving. Third, stable employment. The jobs that built the middle class were predictable. Show up. Do the work. Get paid. Repeat. But today, those jobs are disappearing. Not because companies are cruel, but because technology is efficient. Automated warehouses, self-checkout systems, AI-powered customer service. The middle-class jobs built on repetition are the first to be replaced. This is not anyone's fault. This is a structural shift. The biggest economic transformation since the Industrial Revolution. And it's only accelerating. The hidden forces behind the collapse. So why is this happening? What forces reshape the world so quickly? The first force is automation and artificial intelligence. For decades, machines replaced physical labor. Factory workers, assembly lines, manual tasks. Now, AI is replacing mental labor. Accounting, customer support, data entry, scheduling, writing reports. Tasks that once required human workers can now be done faster, cheaper, and around the clock by software. This doesn't mean AI is the enemy. It means the system now rewards efficiency over employment. The second force is globalization. The global economy connected the world. It brought progress, innovation, and opportunity. But it also brought consequences. Companies realized they could manufacture cheaper overseas. Factories moved. Industries relocated. Local jobs disappeared. The middle class in developed countries found itself competing with workers across the globe. The third force is wealth concentration. Over the past 4 decades, wealth has increasingly moved upward. Not because the wealthy stole it, but because the system rewards capital more than labor. When money makes more money than human effort, the middle class gets squeezed. The fourth force is outdated education. Schools still operate like it's the 1970s. They teach memorization. They focus on standardized tests. But they don't teach financial literacy. They don't teach digital skills. They don't prepare students for the economy they're about to enter. Young people graduate with debt, degrees, and very little knowledge about how money actually works. These four forces collided. And together, they created a global shift that almost no one saw coming. The 2025 money shift. But here's what most people miss. 2025 is not just a year of crisis. It's also a year of opportunity. Remote work has changed everything. The pandemic forced millions to work from home. And many discovered something powerful: work doesn't have to happen in an office. It doesn't have to be tied to a city. It doesn't even have to be tied to a country. For the first time in history, your location doesn't limit your income. AI has become accessible. 20 years ago, only billion-dollar companies had access to advanced tools for automation, research, and analysis. Today, anyone with a smartphone has access to AI. It can help you plan, learn, organize, create, research, automate repetitive tasks. The gap between those who use AI and those who ignore it will become one of the defining divides of this decade. Freelancing is becoming the new middle class. Freelancing used to mean instability. No benefits. No security. High risk. But today, freelancing is transforming. Platforms connect skilled workers with global clients. Payment systems are secure. Contracts are clear. The world now pays for skills, not credentials. Digital opportunities are everywhere. Online services, consulting, content creation, micro-businesses, digital products. The barriers to starting something have never been lower. The middle class isn't dying. The old version of the middle class is dying. A new version is emerging. Digital, flexible, global, and it's open to anyone willing to adapt. What most people are doing wrong. Despite these opportunities, most people are still approaching the economy the way their parents did. And that's a problem. Mistake 1: relying on a single income. Depending on one job in 2025 is one of the riskiest financial decisions you can make. It worked in 1980. It doesn't work today. Companies downsize. Industries change. Jobs disappear overnight. Mistake 2: zero financial education. Most people know how to spend money. But very few know how to save it, invest it, or make it work for them. Financial literacy isn't taught in schools. So most people enter adulthood financially blind. Mistake 3: fearing AI instead of using it. People are afraid of AI. They see it as a threat. But the real threat isn't AI itself. It's refusing to learn how to use it. In the future, people who know how to work with AI will replace those who don't. Mistake 4: no skill development. The world changes every year. Technology evolves. Industries shift. New tools emerge. But most people stop learning after school. They stay locked in the same skills, the same routines, the same mindset. And then they wonder why opportunities pass them by. These mistakes aren't due to laziness. They're due to outdated beliefs. Beliefs that no longer fit the world we're living in. How you can survive and rise. So what can you do? How do you adapt to this new economy? First, build multiple income streams. You don't need to quit your job. But you do need to diversify. Start small. Freelancing. Online services. Part-time remote work. Digital products. Micro skills like writing, editing, research, design. Even a few $100s a month from a second source creates breathing room. It reduces risk. It builds options. Second, learn real financial literacy. This documentary is not financial advice. But there are universal principles that never change. Spend less than you earn. Track your expenses. Build an emergency fund. Understand compound interest. Don't chase hype. These are not complex strategies. But they are powerful. Third, use AI as leverage. AI will not replace you. But someone who uses AI will replace someone who doesn't. Use AI to write, to research, to organize, to automate repetitive tasks, to plan your finances. The people who learn to work with AI will have an enormous advantage in the coming years. Fourth, develop future-proof skills. Certain skills will always be valuable. Communication, problem solving, adaptability, financial decision-making, tech literacy. These aren't tied to one job or one industry. They transfer across careers. They grow over time. Invest in learning. Not just once. Continuously. Fifth, create value in the digital economy. You don't have to be a genius. You don't need $1 million idea. You just need to learn how to create value and deliver it to people who need it. That could be a service, a skill, a solution, a product. The tools are available. The audience is global. The barrier to entry is low. You don't need to be rich to rise. You just need to be aware. The middle class is not disappearing. It is transforming. Those who understand the transformation will rise. Those who resist it will struggle. This is not the end of opportunity. It's the beginning of a new kind of opportunity. This is your moment to adapt, to grow, to take control of your financial future. Thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, subscribe for more real, data-driven financial education. The future belongs to those who prepare for it.